Hello. This is a project for the class of Juvenile Justice at UMKC, October 2018. I hope you will enjoy this video. Pay attention, you might learn something from it.
Huh?
You're not Kevin by any chance, are you?
Kevin?
Yeah.
Nah.
Sure?
Of course.
What is your name?
Why you wanna know my name?
You look like someone we're just looking to speak to. It's not Kevin?
Wrong person.
What's your name?
You don't need to know my name.
You can tell me, it's fine. What's your name?
Of course, because I knew you guys were gonna circle around.
Yeah.
What's your name?
What's your name? It's Crossing. What's yours? Hold up,
Here we go.
Here you go.
Stage 2.
Yeah,
I already
1606. What's 1606? You can film it though. What's your name?
Why do you need to know my name? Why are you stopping me, actually?
Because we're just looking to speak to you.
I don't want to be spoken to.
What's up? What's happening?
What's up?
Okay.
Again, here we go.
Here we go.
Stage 2.
What's stage 1?
What's your name?
It's Crossing. I already told you.
Driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please. Pulled you over today because you flashed me. I didn't even have my brakes on.
Watch this police body camera video. 17-year-old Devin Guilford on his way to his girlfriend's house back in February. Sergeant Jonathan Frost pulling him over for flashing his high beams.
Driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please. I did not have them on. Driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please.
I don't even know you're an officer.
Sergeant Frost asked 7 times for Guilford's license, and every time the teen refuses, questioning why he was stopped.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
For what crime?
You flashed me with your high beams.
You had your lights on, sir.
As the traffic stop continues, Guilford begins recording their interaction on his cell phone and continues to not cooperate.
You can get with the program and start to comply with this traffic stop, or you're going to be taken to jail.
The officer calls for backup 2 times. As the situation escalates, backup doesn't come.
You do not have your driver's license on your person, correct?
Yes, I do.
Where is it?
You do not have to see it.
Do you realize that if you'd have complied with this traffic stop, it would have gone a whole different way for you?
The officer sees Guilford try to make a phone call and orders him out of the car.
Out of the car or you're going to get tased. Everything's being recorded, son. I got no problem with that. Get out of the car.
Yes.
Get down on the ground now. Down on the ground
Oh my
now.
God, stop yelling at me.
Down on the ground. Right here, facing me. Down on the ground now.
What do you mean?
Get on your belly right now.
This is what American...
Put your phone down and put your arms out to your side now.
Sergeant Frost kicks Guilford's cell phone away.
Are you all... I don't have a weapon.
Hey, get your...
You can't
Son,
do that.
get your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
Just about 90 seconds before backup arrives, Sergeant Frost tases Guilford, but he's too close for it to work properly. Roughly 14 seconds later, gunshots. Sergeant Frost says Guilford attacked him, hitting him repeatedly with his fist. Take a look at this slow-mo, frame by frame. You can make the scuffle out just a little more clearly.
Central 2372, I shot one. Priority backup. Starting EMS, I'm bleeding.
This body cam video captures Sergeant Frost at the scene, transported to the hospital with these injuries.
Looks like a small abrasion on the back of the head.
Guilford's family says the teen's death should never have happened, saying the traffic stop was illegal.
They are outraged. It boggles their minds how the kid could be stopped for flashing his lights and be dead 5 minutes later.
But prosecutors cite the Michigan Safe Driving Manual, which states it is illegal to use or even flash high-beam headlights within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle. The officer cleared of all wrongdoing, the prosecutor concluding that Frost was acting in self-defense, and he reasonably believed that he would die or have serious bodily injury. Now, among cited evidence, damage to the body camera. It was all over the area. And the medical examiner's finding that Guilford's wounds were from the front, the trajectory of the bullets, that they were at an angle emulating a struggle. The family now filing a federal and civil lawsuit alleging the officer used excessive force, violated their son's constitutional rights, and wrongfully caused his death.
Where is my mommy? Where is my daddy? Nowhere.
If police flag you down, pull over immediately, turn off your car. And place your hands on the wheel. The police like to see your hands for their own safety, so wait until they request your paperwork before reaching for it. At night, it's also a good idea to turn on the interior light so that the officer can see you're not armed. Darren, do you see any ways you could have handled yourself better?
Good evening, officer. How's it going?
Did you know you were swerving between lanes?
No, officer.
Let me see your license and registration.
Sure. My license. Here's my registration.
Now, Darren, we've had some problems with gangs moving guns down this highway. You're not packing any Tech 9s, are you?
No, sir.
I didn't think so. So you don't mind if I take a look, do you?
Officer, I know you're just doing your job. I don't have any guns or whatever, but I don't consent to searches.
Perfect. Rule number 3. You have the right to refuse searches. This comes directly from the 4th Amendment. For your 4th Amendment protection to legally apply, you must be prepared to clearly state your refusal under pressure. Everyone repeat after me. I don't consent to searches.
I don't consent to searches.
The officers can't hear you, so say it again.
I don't consent to searches.
One more time.
I don't consent to searches.
You a law student or something?
So if I show that I know the rules, he might think I'm a law student. Or maybe I got big legal connections.
Perhaps. But don't get carried away by saying stuff like,
I know my rights. Get out of my face. I'ma sue you.
never tell the officer you know your rights. Show the officer you know your rights by asserting them calmly.
You seem nervous. Is there anything in this car I need to know about?
No, officer.
All right. Please step out of the vehicle.
Police may legally order you out of your vehicle, so you should comply.
Walk back here with me. Stand right here for me. Now, you got two choices. You can make this better or worse for yourself. Now, if you cooperate, it's going to make things a lot easier on you.
Beware that the police may legally lie to you, so never let false threats or promises trick you into waiving your rights.
Now, if you don't, I'm going to call up a K9 unit, and those dogs are going to rip apart your car, and they're going to find what you're hiding. So what's it going to be?
Refusing a search request is not evidence of guilt and doesn't give the officer the legal right to search or detain you. Don't get tricked. Unless you're detained or arrested, you may terminate the encounter at any time, but don't wait for the officer to dismiss you. Simply ask if you're free to go.
Darren, those dogs are going to rip apart your car, and they're going to find what you're hiding. Like I said, what's it going to be?
Officer, are you detaining me or am I free to go?
Good. This line can help withdraw you from an encounter. Saying you want to leave establishes that the encounter is not voluntary, which could help you later if you end up in court. Let's practice that line. Everyone repeat after me. Are you detaining me or am I free to go?
Are you detaining me or am I free to go?
One more time.
Are you detaining me or am I free to go?
All right. You want to want to play it like that? You want to bump it up to the next level? Fine. You stay right here. Don't go anywhere.
Asserting your rights won't make the police love you, but it might make them extra cautious about violating your rights.
Darren, this is a citation for excessive lane changing. Take care of that as soon as possible.
Thank you, officer.
He was just an innocent little boy.
Nearly a week since the death of Jeremy Martis,
He always was an angel.
there are still two big questions. Why would law enforcement chase the boy's father down a dead-end road? And why would they use lethal force? The boy was buckled into the passenger seat of his father's car when police opened fire. He was hit 5 times in the chest and head. His father, Chris Few, was also hit and critically wounded.
Jeremy Martis, 6 years old. He didn't deserve to die like that. And that's what's unfortunate.
Days after the shooting, the head of Louisiana State Police announced 2 marshals face second-degree murder and attempted murder charges. 32-year-old Derek Stafford and 23-year-old Norris Greenhouse Jr. taken into custody and placed on administrative leave. The incident was captured on police body cameras.
Now, I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm going to tell you this. It is the most disturbing thing I've seen. And I will leave it at that.
2 other marshals were also present during the shooting. Stafford and Greenhouse, so far, the only 2 arrested.
He had his wings on earth, and now he's soaring in heaven.
Roxanne Couvillon was Jeremy's special needs teacher. The child was nonverbal autistic. He was one of her favorite students. She especially loved the way his eyes lit up when he smiled.
He loved class, and I sent all the pictures that we have to the family members, and so they have all those mementos. He loved the dress-up centers we had, pretend play, doing the alphabet puzzles. He was an awesome boy.
At a nearby convenience store, Riddy Adwali says he heard gunshots on his way home from work. He says he knows the officers well.
I know Derek and Norris, they like my brothers, 2 of them.
Tell us about them, because we don't know anything about them.
They cool people, man. They ain't bad for nothing, sir. They never did nothing bad.
In fact, neither marshal has been convicted of a crime. But according to local news reports, in 2011, Stafford was indicted on 2 counts of aggravated rape. The case was eventually dismissed. Both marshals are expected to make their first court appearance later this week.
Well, new video shows what appears to be an angry, embarrassed mother taking out some frustration on her teenage son after discovering he was one of the troublemakers in Baltimore. Take a look. Well, you can hear the woman shout, "I know that's you," before she rips off the teenager's mask. This video, as you can imagine, is getting a lot of attention online. Baltimore's police commission even took notice.
And if you saw on one scene, you had one mother who grabbed their child who had a hood on his head, and she started smacking him on the head because she was so embarrassed. I wish I had more parents that took charge of the kids out there tonight.
Where is my mommy? Where is my